Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Mark, my astrology channel. If you're a subscriber, then thank you very much. If not, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't mind hitting the button at the end of the video. We start the month with a new moon. Now the new moon is in your opposite sign of Aries and it's in your 7th house. Now the new moon in Aries is about getting things going, about starting new projects, new things, and also to take the initiative. Be brave, be spontaneous. But the focus for you is on the 7th house, which is relationships. This is the first couple of weeks going to focus on other people. There's a time to have negotiations and use your diplomacy. But with relationships, we're talking about not only partnerships, but also business partnerships, because this new moon is also conjunct Mercury, so this is ideal for starting new business ventures with a partner or someone else. Now, with relationships, if you're already in a relationship, you need to be asking yourself, does this relationship give me the support that I desire? If not, maybe it's time to move on. And if you find a new relationship, then you need to make sure that it's giving you exactly the support that you need at this time. Now, for the first 2 weeks of this month, the focus is firmly going to be on other people and making the relationships that you have work well for you. Because in 2 weeks' time, the focus is going to be on you when we have the full moon in Libra. There are other aspects going on at the same time as the new moon. We have Neptune making a sextile to the North Node and Chiron conjuncting the new moon. These planets will help to overcome any past hurts or wounds to do with relationships, and also they will increase your intuition. This is a good time to come forward and not be afraid to show who you really are. Then the other aspect is from Saturn to the moon's nodes. Now Saturn's in the 5th house, but the nodes are across the money houses. This is a time when finances could be very important. Not only your own personal finances, but any joint finances and ventures as well. And then the other aspect is Juno making a conjunction to Saturn. Now this is a time to make a firm commitment. Now it could be within a relationship or it could be to yourself. The fact that you are going to commit to do certain things or to improve yourself in a certain way. A potential difficult day on the 4th, because Mars, who's been stirred up by this new moon in Aries, wants to get on and do things, and he comes up to Saturn and makes a conjunction in your 5th house, creativity. So he wants to get on and be creative and do all the things and put things into action that you've thought up at the new moon. But Saturn's saying, whoa, slow down, let's think about this, let's do it in a structured and organised way. But Mars is not really into that, so there could be some frustrations and irritations that build up, so you need to channel your energy into something that's a worthwhile project. And then on the same day we also have a positive aspect from Jupiter to the moon's node. So Jupiter will help overcome the limitations and restrictions of Saturn in a positive and creative way, and a way that will open doors for you rather than Mars trying to push things too fast. So go with Jupiter on this one. This aspect lasts for 8 days, but the Mars one only for 2 days, so Jupiter will be able to ride through this. On the 7th we have our biggest and most exciting aspect of the whole year. This is the conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune. Now this is fantastic, this is a very creative aspect to have. Now these two come together in Pisces, which they both have a vested interest in, as Neptune is the ruler and Jupiter is the co-ruler. So the last time this happened was a long time ago. 1856 was the last time they met together in Pisces, and that was quite a year. There was no fewer than 4 Nobel Prize winners born that year. Other notable people like Tesla and George Bernard Shaw, Sigmund Freud, all born in this year, and they all helped to change our lives. Now, it was also the year that the emergence of the blues music came through, so it's going to be a cultural revolution. It's not going to be the same as we've had with Uranus and Saturn over the past couple of years. This is a quiet cultural change that's coming through, and it will all fed up with the way governments have been handling things, and it's time that things change, but we're going to do it in a quiet and creative way this time. And if you work in the creative industry, this is fantastic. This is happening in your sixth house of work and of everyday routine, so you'll be able to bring creativity into these areas. Now this aspect is critical for 11 days, but will go on and the influence will last throughout the year. So it's a good time to make use of this imaginative and creative side of life. It's also taking us away from the material as well, because it's more interested in the spiritual side of things. And it's quite easy to get lost in the fantasy of this aspect, but you have to try and keep grounded if you can. Now, it's also good for philosophy and religion as well. And if you're inclined to investigate in that, it'll be a fantastic year to delve into that area of life and develop your spiritual side. Between the 7th and the 10th, Mercury makes nephew in 4 aspects. Now, this is a time when you need to be able to speak from the heart. Mercury's in that 7th house of relationships. You need to be honest and open, but also keep an open mind regarding other people's views and opinions. It's also a good time to get things done in a partnership and in relationships. You can work together easily, communicate easily, and it's a good time to achieve. On the 12th, the good work can continue because we have the Sun making a positive aspect to Saturn, and this means you can get even more done than you could under Mercury. The structure and organisation of Saturn is given a boost by the Sun. And again, it's good to work within partnerships. Then on the 14th, it's a bit more of a difficult day because we have Mars making a positive aspect to the Black Moon Lilith, but these two are both anoretic, and these are at 29 degrees, so they're weakened. They're not full strength, so to speak. And they're waiting to get into the next sign, so they're not concentrating on what they're doing in the sign they're in. So not a good day to make decisions. Stave that off to another day. On the 16th, we have our full moon in your sign of Libra, and it's at 26 degrees, and this is what the classics used to call a critical degree. So this is a very powerful full moon, and you'll be wearing your heart on your sleeve. It's a time when you need to assert yourself. Not tread on anyone's toes, but just be a little bit more assertive, and maybe that your leadership skills are called into action now. It's a good time to develop those and have some me time. Make sure you can balance the autonomy and dependence in your life, and make sure that you are all ready, because there's a lot of things coming up and you want to be prepared. You want to be strong and you want to be capable of handling what comes your way. On the 17th, you can expect a little bit of excitement because your ruler Venus makes a positive aspect to Mercury and Uranus, who are making a conjunction. Now these two together excite the mind. You'll be a little bit hyper with new ideas and excitement, and so Venus will welcome this, and she'll want to break from the mundane as she's in that 6th house of Virgo at the moment. So this could be a welcome break. Make sure you do something that's in keeping with Venus, very artistic or creative. And on the 18th is another one of those days when probably not a good idea to make decisions, especially around the home, because Pluto and the Sun have a square aspect, but again they're both at the end of their degrees. The Sun's at 29, so it's really not a good day to make any decisions. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Taurus, and the Black Moon Lilith moves into Cancer. They make an aspect at 0 degrees. So this is a very powerful aspect. This could affect your public standing or your career, because this is a day when you can really impress. You can show what talents you have, and you know, make sure people notice you. Then on the 21st, Juno moves into Pisces. Now Juno in Pisces can bring a soulmate to you, and Pisces is ruling your 5th house, which is the house of love affairs. So this could be a sign that there is something good to come. There could be a love affair on the way. Now the other thing with Juno wants to make commitment. So we've already had the conjunction with Saturn earlier on, but throughout the coming weeks, Juno will make conjunctions with Neptune and Jupiter as well. So just prepare for the unexpected. There are several aspects that may change your direction or your path in life this month, and there's another one between the 23rd and the 27th, when Venus, your ruler again, is in action. She makes a conjunction with Neptune, and this conjunction is sextile to the conjunction of Mercury and the North Node. So here we have another twist of fate. Something could happen, someone could appear. It could be centered around your routines, your daily routines. You could meet someone who will change the course of your life. Now this may be a new love, but there again it could just be someone, a soulmate, who's passing through and just wants to give you some information or to just put you in the right direction. And then also we have Jupiter making a positive aspect to Pluto. And Jupiter again is in that 6th house, so it's time to remodel or reform things within your work or your daily routines, and also around the home area. Maybe changes you need to make in the home as well. This aspect lasts for 8 days, so there's plenty of time to work with this. To end the month, we have another new moon. This is the second one in April. It doesn't have any astrological significance because it's in a different sign, but in days gone by the pagans used to say that this was a black moon. It was very good for rituals and for casting spells. Now with this new moon, it's in your 8th house. It's in the sign of Taurus. So the 8th house is about developing yourself, self-mastery, improving your intuition and your perception of things. So this is all possible with this new moon. This new moon is also a partial solar eclipse. This is very important, and it's also conjunct Uranus, which means you can expect the unexpected. Now eclipses can be wild cards, so you never know what's going to happen with them, but in the 8th house it could be that there's involvement with someone else's money. Maybe you have to look after someone else's money, or maybe there's money coming into you from a partner or through an outside source. So this is all good to look forward to. The other aspect of this eclipse is that it belongs to the Saros 6 North series, which often brings up issues with authority figures, and you will have to deal with those if they arise. The other thing it brings up is taking responsibility. So you may have to take responsibility for someone else's finances, or at least guide them. Now with the eclipse as well, the effect of the eclipse can be long lasting, so just keep an eye out for these changes coming along. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the April review. If you have, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave a message, I'd love to hear from you.